Good evening from South Africa for episode number 61 of Velospitty Speed Talk. Our episode is called Double A Racing, and this is the name that the rider and his team gave themselves. Our rider and guest today is Alessio Arnold from Switzerland. Alessio, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening. Thanks that I can be here.
Okay, Alessio, we will cover quite a lot of things in this program, but first, just a little bit of racing news. There is no MXGP or MotoGP racing this weekend. Both of those World Championship series have some breaks. The MotoGP, because of the Grand Prix in Qatar being delayed. But there is AMA Supercross. That series is coming towards the end, and that will be tonight. And of course, this weekend in Grevenbruch in Germany is the first round of the ADAC MX Masters, which with a lot of top riders there. And you can follow that live with a free live stream on YouTube. And I will post the links on the Youth Force Racing group. Right, Alessio, let's go back to you. Tell us a bit about you, just a little bit of your background, who you are, where are you from, so that the guests can get to know you.
So I'm Alessio Arnold. I'm 15 years old and I'm from Switzerland. Last year I raced in the Spanish Superbike Championship in the ESBK Talent. And there I finished second in the championship. And this year I do 2 championships, the ESBK and the ETC as well, ETC Moto4 European Talent Cup.
All right. So you, the connection is not so great, but we got where you are, who you are. 15 years old from Switzerland. You race in Spain, and you're doing the ESBK series, and you will also do the Moto4 European Cup. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Now, let us start. Normally, we start from the early days, but I think the news is big from you, the recent days, because you started your season off really, really well. You won your first race in the ESBK Moto4. You were a rookie in the class. So tell us a little bit about that race.
Now, I have to correct you. This year is the second year in the ESBK, and to start the season like this is very nice. And yeah, it was a great race with good battles, and I'm so happy to finish first. And the first race, I finished third.
Yeah, and it was a great race, and you made a great pass near the, I think, in the final corner. And one of the riders in this race was Eddie's son, and I think it's his second year in the class already, so he's a little bit more experienced than you. And of course, we will get back to him with some of the other championships that he's had. So what did you expect going into the race? Did you expect that it would go this well, that it went?
It's difficult to expect something, but well, I was confident because also in the test before and in the training I was quite fast, and it was my goal to win.
All right. So you did some testing before, and in the testing, how did it go? Did you think that you can be among the front riders in this class, even though you are new in the class?
Yes, I think I can fight for the title. It's my goal to take the title. Last year I finished second, and this year I want to finish first.
All right. Okay. Now we okay. So that was it for, and of course now with you having won the race, you leading the championship, are you?
No, I'm 4 points behind Daddy.
Hello. Oh,
Y-
you're 4 points behind. Okay, okay,
Yes,
because of the two each, 4 points behind, but you're in the front, and you have
yes,
confidence that you can win the championship. All right, now we've spoken about what's happened in the last weeks. Now let us go and see about the start. There were some videos that your dad sent me of you on a PW50 Yamaha. So obviously you started off road. So tell us about your first, how you began with riding.
yeah, you're right. I started with PW50 with the Yamaha. This was my first bike. I started with motocross and supermoto. I did the Swiss Championship in supermoto. My first race was when I was 5 years old, and then I always continue with the Swiss Championship. And in 2020, I changed to the Italian Championship.
All right. Okay, so your first race was when you were 5 years old, and
Yes.
what were your results in the beginning? Did you immediately have some good results?
Um, I don't remember very well the first races, but well, after yes, I did third in the 50 class with in 2018 and first in 2019.
Okay, and that was just in Switzerland, not international, right?
Yes, was in Switzerland, Swiss Championship.
Okay, okay. And when did you start to think that you have ability to race internationally? When did somebody say to your father, or the family decided, or you knew that you have talent to race internationally?
My first race was a wild card in the Italian Championship in 2019, and then 2020 I did my first full season in Italy as well.
Sorry, I lost you there. First race was a wild card in the Italian Championship. That is
Yes,
CIV, I guess. Which year?
in 2019.
2019. And how did
Yes.
that go? Which class? Was it Pre-Moto 3 or which class?
No, it was with Ovali. Ovali
Oh,
106.
Ovale.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back to Ovale at some stage. Okay, so you went then, and then you spent some more years in Italy, right? You had some races in Italy as well,
Yes,
right?
I made Italian Championship until 2023.
2023, and then
Two,
after that, which classes did you do? Pre-Moto 3 in Italy, or which classes?
in Italy, I only race with Ovali. In
Only Ovale. Okay. Oh,
yes,
all right. And then after that, of course, you made the big step, which is where riders go when they want to get to the World Championship, and you went to Spain. Now,
yeah.
how did this come? How did the arrangement come that you went to Spain? Who suggested this to you, and who helped you to get to Spain?
It was the idea of my team boss of Corrado. He told us he want to go to Spain to the Spanish Championship to do the Moto4. Now it's pre-Moto4, but in 2024 it was Moto4, and we did this championship.
All right, and you speak about your team boss. We will get to the team later on. Is this you had the same team boss all the time throughout this period?
In 2023, it was the first season with Full Moto, and since then I'm with them. Yes.
Okay, good. We will get back to the team now. When you went to Spain, which classes did you? Where did you start? Which class did you start in Spain?
In my first year, I did Moto4. Well, now it's named Moto4.
Okay, yeah, now it's Moto4, of course. Yeah, because everything, the names are changing a little bit just to keep the riders confused. So that's so it was Moto4. That's a smaller bike, which is similar to Moto3, I guess, in Italy, right?
Yeah, it has a 150cc engine of Honda, and the chassis is most beyond.
Okay, all right. So okay, then you went to and how many years did you spend in that championship, in that class?
Only 2024, and then I moved up to
And
the ESBK Talent.
yeah, that was a new class last year, the SBK Talent
Yes,
class,
yes,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
right.
And in 2024, what were your results?
Well, I at the beginning it was very difficult, but then during the season I always got better. But unfortunately, I got an incident in the middle of the season. I missed one race weekend, and then at the end of the season, I was fighting for a podium, and then we said we prefer to move up to ESBK Talent.
All right. Now, ESBK Talent Cup, it's a one make class, very good for measuring the riders against each other. And how was it to go into this class? The bike is a little bit bigger, I guess, or not?
No, it's a bit longer and have much more power than the
Much more
Moto.
power. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Is it the 250cc bike, the Talent bike?
Yeah, right. Honda 250.
Okay, all right. Now, so okay, you went to the talent class, new class for everybody, but some good opposition. I think you had Eddie Sun in there. You had, or I don't know, I'm not sure, but Kabil Irfan, a junior world champion on Ovali. Some great little riders. So how did your season go?
Yeah, last season was very nice. I learned a lot in the ESBK Talent with a lot of fast riders. And at the beginning, the first race was not so good, but then after the second race was very well. I finished first in Barcelona and third, and then it started to get better. And at the end of the season, I got 5 victories, and I finished second overall.
Yeah, 5 victories, and that's when we noticed you. And when I sent my pigeon to Dad with a message to say we need to speak sometime. So you got a couple of victories, and you had a second in the championship. Now, tell me, in the was second by how many points? How many points did you miss the title?
I think like 30 or 40 points.
Okay, all right, and the title went to which rider?
To Kabil Irfan.
Kabil Irfan, because he was
Yes.
also a former Avali world champion, or mini GP world champion, and we will get to that point a little bit later on. But of course, now you're an ambitious guy, so now it went to the Moto4 class in the ESBK. And tell me now, again, the bikes. How are the bikes different between Moto4 and ESBK Talent?
In the ESBK, we have 100 RPM less than in the FIM, and then there is different exhaust, and so like on the straight is like 10 kilometers per hour more in the FIM.
Okay. All right. So the bike is unrestricted, a little bit more unrestricted, and a little bit more revs. And tell me, because I can see you are not a football, a rugby player or something. You're a small guy. So you do you have to carry some weight on your bike, some extra weight?
Yes, I now it's less, but I still have to carry 2 or 3 kilos, something like this.
Sorry, I lost you. How many kilos do you have to carry?
Around 2, 3 kilos, like this.
Okay, 2, 3 kilos. Yeah, because it's a big disadvantage to have to carry weight. One of the riders that we spoke to before is Ethan Sparks from the UK. He was British Talent Cup champion last year. Also, very light guy, and you carry the weight. And I think also the weight that you carry is quite high in the bike, so it's not low center of gravity weight. You're a Swiss guy, so you are born an engineer, so you understand what this means, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, but 2 kilograms, I guess, is okay. And then apart from the Spanish, the ESBK class, you are also going to participate in the FIM Junior GP, or what was called the FIM Junior GP series in the old European Talent Cup, are you?
Yes, right. The Moto4 European Cup.
Yeah, now Moto4 European Cup. Now we're going to get to a few things with that. We have, there are a couple of Swiss riders that have made their names. Thomas Luthi. You've got a very good Swiss tuner. I had Suter was a Swiss tuner. You had quite a lot of other riders, like sadly Jason Dupasquier. You had Noah Detwiller, and you had Lennox Pomara, all the Pomara brothers.
Yes.
Now, what I want to ask you, it is funny to me that you did some things differently, because Eddie's son, to give him his nickname, he and Kabil, they went FIM Junior GP, but you never really went for World Championship with that class. You never stayed with Ovali to go to that, did you?
Yeah, well, I did the championship, but I was kind of unfortunate in this time with a lot of incidents. In 2022, I did the 160cc in Italy, and I broke my arm and I missed 2 races. And then in 2023, I went with full moto in the 190cc, and we were ready to fighting for top 3. But in the first race, I crashed, and then other rider hit my leg, and I broke my leg, and I couldn't do any races in this year.
Okay, yeah, I think we will see something about that leg in a minute. And then something else that you did different. Some riders like Pomara and Binder, I think his name is also Alessio, no?
Alessandro.
Some riders from Switzerland. Alessandro, correct. Yeah, there's so many similar names. And we will speak about another similar name, or we will hear about it in a minute. They went another route. They went to Northern Talent Cup. Was this something that you considered, or did you think that the way through Spain is the better one?
We never did the NTC because we prefer to do the Moto4 in Spain and already ride in Spain because I think the level is the best in Spain, and so we did the Spanish Championship.
Yeah, which I think, and I mean, with big respect. I'm think of all the talent cups, Northern and British and Asian Talent Cup is very strong, or what they used to be called. But I think still the talent, the big talent, the big competition, let's say, is in Spain. That's where the riders go when they want to get to World Championship level. Very much like the motocross riders, when they went to go to World Championship level, they go to Belgium. I had a World Championship team, and really, if you just took the riders that lived in my street, it was a long street. If you just took the riders that lived in my street, almost you could have a Grand Prix already. That is how concentrated it was in that scene, because all was around the track of Lommel, which is a thing. Now, I said I'll get back to your PW50, and now that I've spoken about the motocross, we'll get back to that later. But I think before we do that, we will get you some. If you have some popcorn ready, right? Then we will put in on a little movie where we get another form of Alessio, another way of calling the name, and we'll watch this movie.
In einer Welt, in der man nur noch lebt, damit man täglich Roboten geht, ist die größte Aufregung, die es noch gibt, das allabendliche Fernsehbild. Jeder Mensch lebt wie ein Uhrwerk, wie ein Computer programmiert. Es gibt keinen, der sich dagegen wehrt, nur ein paar Jugendliche sind frustriert. Wenn am Himmel die Sonne untergeht, beginnt für die Dudes der Tag. In kleinen Banden sammeln sie sich, gehen gemeinsam auf die Jagd.
Tercero. Sí, pues momento de además lo que le costó y obviamente ser campeón. Porque el pero la cámara.
Auf den Kreuzzug gegen die Ordnung und die scheinbar heile Welt zelebrieren sie die Zerstörung, Gewalt und Brutalität. Erst wenn ihre Opfer leiden sehen, spüren sie Befriedigung. Es gibt nichts mehr, was sie jetzt auffällt in ihrer gnadenlosen Wut. Hey, hier kommt alles, Vorhang auf, das ist eine Horrorshow. Hier kommt alles, Vorhang auf, ein kleines bisschen Horrorshow. Ob es Stöcken oder Steine, über den Badplatz jeder klopft. Das ist Opfer, ist so dran, wenn ihr den lieben Gott noch fragt. Warum hast du nichts getan? Nichts getan! Hey, hier kommt alles, Vorhang auf! Das ist eine Horrorshow.
Yo como que la pelea por el podio fue la fotografía de la zona de ayer. Ahí se pega pasa delante el punto, se quita encima al piloto encima, pero con la venta, ojo la aspiración, esta principal, se agota el espacio de la bandera cuadros, que se ve muy cerca, pero con el
there, Alessio. So there's your video. What did you think of that?
Very nice, good job. A lot of old
Thank you.
memories.
Yeah. When I did one for Massimo Chiles, he said, "Oof, I found some things that he didn't even know about, you know." So that was great. And we had some comments. Bike Addicted fan. This is a guy that does a lot for racing. Very, very big fan.
Yes.
He says, "Greets to you and me. You know that they are. I've not met Alessio yet, but at the first round of Moto4 European Cup, I will, and maybe I will be there also in Barcelona. So we'll
Ah,
bring some
yes.
South African somethings, you know." So yeah. Anyway, so we spoke just before the video. We spoke on about motocross and so on. Do you follow motocross at all?
Yes, sometimes I follow, but not so much. I was on the
Yeah,
race
because
MXGP of Switzerland.
oh, you were in Frauenfeld.
Yes,
Did you go?
yes, I was there. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Of course, there are some good Swiss riders: Jeremy Sewer, Valentin Guo, Julian Bill, who was a world champion before in MX3, and then of course Philippe de Pasquier, the father of Jason, and I think Philippe is now the guy from the federation that looks after young riders. Correct?
yeah, right. He works in the Swiss Federation. He's the riding coach, and he organized the
Right.
trainings.
Okay, all right. And which other riders are there in Switzerland that are upcoming talents that you know of in road racing? I know you and Binder and of course Pomara, and which other ones are there?
Yeah, now there come a lot of young riders in the Italian Championship, CIY and Cenevu, like Danilo Führer, Loris Pedone, Neil Engel, a lot of fast guys.
Right. Yeah, and the thing is, you know, what you find is if riders have success, like again, sadly we lost him, but Jason de Pasquier and Noah Detwiller that make it to GPs, then there's more interest for the sport, and you know more people are motivated to come. Have you got contact with Noah? Because obviously he's missing this whole season after that terrible injury that he had last year.
Yeah, I have. I know Noah quite well. We were racing in the Swiss Championship together, um, but he's a lot better after the incident.
Yeah, I think it was scary. You know, I was up early in the morning to watch that, and it was really
Me
scary
too.
that incident, and not his fault at all. You know, there's nothing he could do about that. And I think maybe he'd made the right decision because the team said they keep the space for him. He can take his spot, but I think he made the correct decision to
Yeah,
wait a year and just completely recover, right?
yeah, I think so too.
Okay, all right, and yeah. So now, speaking of these guys, a couple of these guys have gone through Red Bull Rookies Cup, and of course, on the stepping stones up. Is this one of your ambitions to be able to get to Red Bull Rookies Cup?
Yeah, Rookies Cup I think is a dream of every racer. Uh, Last
True.
year I was at the selection, but I didn't got selected. I think was also too early. Um, but
Yes.
this year I try again, and I hope I can enter the Rookies Cup.
Yeah. Look, it's an experience. You in the selection, and it's an experience. You see how it works, how the setup is, and everything like that. How did it go in the selection? What was it like for you? How did you enjoy that?
It was very impressive how many riders there are, a lot of fast
Yes.
riders, and but uh, I didn't perform so well on that event.
Right. And what is the bike like? What were your thoughts on the bike?
The bike is very similar to the Honda Talent,
Yeah.
but it was much better than I thought before. Everyone
Right.
was
Yeah.
saying the bike is so bad, but it's not so bad.
Yeah, that's good. And tell me now, with of course, when you go now, when you're in ESBK, is there qualifying? Are there some riders that don't qualify, like in Moto4 European Cup?
No, in Moto4 ESBK, every rider can do the race, but in
Okay, all right.
European Talent, not.
Yeah, because in European or the ETC or the Moto4 European Cup, there's many riders come, and it's actually it's the first stress of the weekend is to qualify, and so this puts more on your mind before you go to the weekend. All right, now we've run through the history now and what you are, and how do you see your plans for the next few years? Will you stay in Moto4 European Cup for a couple of years, 2 years or so, and then go to junior GP class or whatever it is called now, and of course try and get to Red Bull Rookies, right?
Yeah, and now it depends a lot from the results, and this year for sure ESBK and Moto4 European Cup, and next year again European Talent Cup, and then we will see what results I do and how much money we have, and then hopefully Rookies Cup and Junior GP or ETC. We don't know already.
Okay. Yeah, how much money we have, that is always the story. I own the team, and how much money we have is always much less at the end of the year than at the beginning of the year. So it's yeah, racing is not a cheap sport. And if you can have your dream scenario, you would obviously want to go to Moto3, Moto2, MotoGP eventually. This is the career that you see for yourself, right?
Yeah, right. My dream of the dreams is to be MotoGP world champion.
Of course. And there hasn't been a Swiss guy like that, so that would be quite interesting, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, speaking of MotoGP, which are your favorite riders? Which riders do you look up to the most?
My favorite rider is Fabio Quartararo. Already since he's in MotoGP, but now unfortunately the bike is not so good.
But what do you think about these moves for next year?
I hope he can fight again for the title. He has a competitive
Yeah.
bike, and yeah, I hope very much for him.
Yeah, because it's funny changes. Some people go Honda. I heard even David Alonso. They
Yes.
talking that he's going to Honda, and then Jorge Martin is going to Yamaha. But of course, next year are the new rules with the 800cc bikes, so it's new for everybody. So maybe Yamaha will have a bike that's again competitive, because Martin is doing good this year. I mean, he's leading
Yeah.
the championship at the moment, right?
Yes.
So and what do you think of Bezzecchi now? 5 races in a row that he won. Is the Aprilia now a little bit better than the Ducati? What do you think?
Aprilia is for sure a very good bike now. Also, Marco Bezzecchi, I think, is in a very good form, but
Yes.
it's still the beginning of the season. There are still a lot of race to do, and we will see how it will be.
Yeah, because and also the Hondas are good this year. So it's and Pedro Acosta, not so much Binder, but Pedro Acosta is there with the KTM. So yeah, we will see how the year is, and certainly a very, very interesting season. And then of course in Moto3, Maximo Quiles, that we interviewed before, he's leading, and Guido Pini, that we interviewed before, won his first GP in America. So if you come on the show, then it's good for you, so you will have good results later on, I think. All right. So and do you follow also World Superbike or other series?
Yeah, World Superbike I follow, and then also all the junior classes I look.
Yeah. Of course, all the junior classes and the various talent cups and so on. And we speak a lot with Ethan Sparks, as I told you. So you will meet. Or I don't know if you know him or if you met him, but certainly you will meet him in Moto4 European Cup, because he did some races last year, and he will be there again this year.
Yeah.
All right. Now, okay, looking at all of that, and you've been to many tracks, many countries, which is your favorite circuit?
I have some favorite circuits. One is Barcelona, Aragon, Navarra, and Estoril. These three circuits I like a lot.
Yeah, and of circuits that you didn't race before, tracks that you haven't been to, which track would you like to ride that you didn't ride before?
I want to visit like Phillip Island. I think it's a very special track.
Yeah, but next year they're taking the GP away from Phillip Island, and they're going to a street race. So, okay, maybe for World Superbike it will still be there, but for MotoGP it's no longer Phillip Island. And now, I know you are multilingual. You speak English, you speak Swiss or Schweizerdeutsch, and you speak Italian. So that's very cool. And how is it with your Spanish? And of course, in Switzerland, you have a French part as well. So how are you with those languages?
Spanish, I'm learning. Is also a very important language in the motorsport. And French I learn in school, but it's difficult.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, also with the motocross, you have Arnaud Tonus or Guillaume and Julian Bill. They are French side, but Jeremy Sewer is more the German side, let's say. And then but Noah, you and Noah are the same. You guys can speak a little bit, but I guess as soon as you have some friends or something that you can speak to, or some girl sends you WhatsApps, then you will learn it really, really quickly. Now the other thing is, what do you do for relaxation? What's your hobbies? What do you do when you're not thinking of racing?
When I'm at home, I like to, when it's good weather, I like to go outside and be with my friends, or riding bicycle, do some wheelies and this. And when it's bad weather, I play Xbox on MotoGP and this.
Yeah, because I don't get many riders that say to me they read books. That I don't get many of those. Although I had one, Henry Jacobi. He was one. He's a motocross rider from Germany, also GP rider. He said to me he loves reading books, and also one of the Estonian riders. But it's Not so many, not so many. And music, what kind of music you like?
Um, I like music like rap.
Yeah, I thought that it's always a thing. Have you ever listened to a guy by the name of Ren? He's from England.
How?
Ren, Ren.
No.
Okay, I will
No,
send some stuff. This guy is a very deep guy. He's got a deep story, nearly tragic story, and then he started. He's a rock guy. He's a street musician, very good. And then he started telling his stories with kind of rap stories, but very deep and long. It's like poetry. It's really good. Now, I'm not the rap guy, but the Rin you can listen. Well, I can listen, you know. So there is that. Okay, and now you were talking about school and friends and that. What do your friends think of your racing? Do they mention this at school and in your town, or so? Or is there some publicity about what you've achieved?
Well, a bit yes, but not so much. Like I have one friend who looks the races and all, and also other friends who just follow it. But there
Right.
are not so much people who follow all the races and look everything.
All right, now we're nearly done with the dentist appointment. You were talking about the funding and the money and how much you know you have to go racing. Who helps you? How do you get to racing? Who are the people that assist you?
Well, my until now, my dad was doing the management. He was looking for sponsors, and now the management changes a bit. Uh, my dad don't do so much, but David Krieg, the manager of Noah Detweiler before, and Tom Luthi, they start to manage my career.
Okay, yeah, and Tom Luthi is oh my word, I didn't figure on this. Sorry, we got a visitor. He wanted to he came around the screen so to say hi. So in any case, yeah, Tom Luthi, of course, very experienced rider and also a test rider. So that's a good guy to have on your side. Okay, well, this is great. I'm sorry that we had a little bit sound problems, but we got around it. And I had somebody that sent me a message to ask about your video. Now, just about your video, do you remember that? Do you recognize the song, or did your dad recognize the song?
Yeah, I write it. I remember.
Yeah, it's from a German band called die Toten Hosen. And it's a punk rock song. It's not rap, but it said it called about Alex, so I thought, well, that's close enough to your name. And if you listen carefully on the words of the song and look what's on the screen, you will see I tried to tell the story. You know, so the words and the images are sometimes okay. But thank you very much. Are there people that you? Oh, before that, how do people get to follow your racing? Where do they follow you? Where do they find you?
For sure, there are a lot of informations on my website, and
Right.
then after every race weekend, I do a post on Instagram.
Okay, and your Instagram name is what?
Alessio.Arnold 38.
Okay, and your Facebook is double dash A Racing, right?
Yes, this
And
is my dad.
yeah, and tell me your 38. Why 38? What is special about this number?
Before I had the number 46, and then
Right,
my sister was also racing, and she had
right.
38, and I had to change the number, and I take 38 because my sister.
Okay. Okay, and now I see your sister rides horses. It's so many times that I've seen where the son does racing and the daughter rides horses, and the parents are going crazy because none of those two things are cheap. So what did your sister race?
She raced in the Swiss Championship in
I
Supermoto.
see.
I
Okay,
think.
Supermoto. All right. Well, that's fantastic. Alessio, thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Now, what's going to happen? I'm going to send you a link to the song and your video. It's on YouTube. It's not live yet, but after this, I'm going to make it live, and I will send you a link, and you can share it if you want. I will send you also the video, so you can use it and put it on your social if you want directly, and watch it and invite friends and give them popcorn and tell them watch. But thank you very much. We're going to play again the video because somebody messaged me and said, please show that video again. So we're going to play that video. But for now, I say thank you very much. It was great to have you as a guest. And I hope we can welcome you in a year and a half with some titles, and we can celebrate a bit.
I hope so too. Thank you so much, Tinus.
Okay, Alessio, thank you. Good evening.
Bye.
In einer Welt, in der man nur noch lebt, damit man täglich Roboten geht, ist die größte Aufregung, die es noch gibt, das allabendliche Fernsehbild. Jeder Mensch lebt wie ein Uhrwerk, wie ein Computer programmiert. Es gibt keinen, der sich dagegen wehrt, nur ein paar Jugendliche sind frustriert. Wenn am Himmel die Sonne untergeht, beginnt für die Troops der Tag. In kleinen Banden sammeln sie sich, gehen gemeinsam auf die Jagd. Hier kommt Alex, Vorhang auf für seine Horrorshow. Hier kommt Alex, Vorhang auf für ein kleines bisschen Horrorshow.
El ganador es Zaragoza, va a ser tercero. Sí, pues momento además lo que le tendría opciones de ser campeón. Pues pero las cámaras.
Auf den Kreuzzug gegen die Ordnung und die scheinbar heile Welt zelebrieren sie die Zerstörung, Gewalt und Brutalität. Erst wenn ihre Opfer leiden sehen, spüren sie Befriedigung. Es gibt nichts mehr, was sie jetzt aufhält in ihrer gnadenlosen Wut. Hier kommt Alex, Vorhang auf
Más de
für
los
seine Horrorshow.
carrera válida, no va a haber reanudación así.
Hier kommt Alex, Vorhang auf für ein kleines bisschen Horrorshow.
Está llevando una buena carrera, ha quedado definitivo como comentamos con el prepa.
Vorschein kommt, ob es Stöcke oder Steine, für den Badplatz jeder kommt. Das Opfer ist so dran, wenn ihr den lieben Gott noch fragt. Warum hast du nichts getan? Nichts getan! Hier kommt Alex,
Primero para el ubicarse en más rivales, y también para el otro lo que pasó con delante. Yo como que la pelea por el podio fue la fotografía de la jornada de ayer. Ahí se pega el plano por dentro, pasa delante el punto, se tira encima al piloto encima, pero con la venta, ojo la aspiración, recta principal, se agota el espacio